Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm revisiting a game I played about a month ago called Sky Strikers. Last time, I came away with some pretty mixed feelings. Compared to Orion Drift, I didn't enjoy it as much. The movement felt off, and honestly, the gaming community didn't do a great job on helping out new players like myself. But today, that's changing. I'm getting a personal walkthrough from one of the top players in this game.
So this is for Season 0, which I got the top by like a landslide.
Hey, nice. See, we got the credentials right here, just in case you didn't believe me. Someone who really knows what they're talking about and doing. And during this personal tutorial, I'm going to be giving my thoughts, and then I'll give you my final thoughts after it. So if you don't want to hear my personal opinion, I would suggest clicking off this video now. For full transparency, I'm not sponsored by Orion Drift, and I'm not one of their featured creators. Recently, I became a rookie mod for the game, but when I made my last Sky Striker videos, I was not a rookie mod yet. That was like a pipe dream when that video came out. So for this video, I get if some of you want to factor that in, but I promise I'm coming into this with an open mind and giving my honest opinion. Alright, you know the deal. Enough yapping. Let's get into it.
I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh you can suck my nuts.
So I do want to show you around the place before we go, because there's like private code that we can go into. And it'll be a lot easier to like show you stuff. So this is like the only thing that teaches you anything. It's just like a menu. It doesn't even tell you to press anything, but you can like click on like these like, you can click on the little green like bubbles up top, and it'll show you like what it does. So, like if you click on it, it'll show you the little menu, and it shows you what you can do.
Okay.
Like if you were to go over here, the cloakroom, it's like it just says switch between suit classes. You can like change your outfits and stuff. But we're not going to use that. We're going to actually go to the areas. This is like a daily reward system. So you got coins. There's G4, which is like you can use that to buy like different kinds of cosmetics. Like for example, tell me what you see.
Ice cream bar shield.
Oh, the Grumble shield?
What was it called? Yeah, the Grumble bulwark weapon. Then the Flex backpack.
This is, for me on my screen, this is called the Recon backpack. You can use both Juice Core and the regular coins, but for like different kinds, it's like this is like a fish tank hat, and you can only use Juice Core to buy it. So like based on rarity, it will only let you use a certain type of They'll only let you use a certain type, because everybody gets different rotations in their shop. It's not like other games where it kind of has like the same rotations. Every person is going to get different things.
That's actually pretty cool.
If you also move over here, this is the test chamber, which it's nothing special. It's literally just a room with a ball, and then you can kind of just hit it.
Loki, this is what the tutorial should have been, because there was like a lift.
It definitely should have, just like an open space, and then on the left, yeah, all this stuff. Do not listen to the bars up here. They are completely false.
Alright.
So like for example, with the, what's it called? With Prime, it says it's a 1 out of 10 on defense. The best current goalkeeper in the game is a Prime player.
So I think when the game started you off in the tutorial, it told you the jet stream was for like newer players. What would you suggest newer players?
It is, yes. It's a lot more simpler. You have an easier time floating, flying, and also you can literally just grab the ball regularly and you can just shoot it. You can also curve the ball too. People who kind of want to, also another thing is positioning. Bulwark should be playing goalkeeper. Prime should be playing offense. Jetstream players are kind of like a midfield, if that makes sense. Kind of just like sitting in the middle, stopping people from kind of entering into the midfield, disrupting others. That's kind of like the main point of it. But every character can play every position, if you really think about it. Except for Bulwark playing offense. That's just horrific. These are for, like, not cosmetics, but, like, they're things called, what's it called? Joyos. So they're kind of just, like, throwable emojis. So, like, this is, like, a rare emoji. So, like, he just threw, like, hearts. This one. Yeah, so, like, they're, like, kind of fun. You can hold it with your grip button, and then if you can hold on to it for, like, a little bit, you can just pull it out, and then you let go. You can let go of it also. Yeah, and then you can just have it kind of stationary. You can't put it back, but if you just walk away from it for a little bit, it'll just disappear.
I ain't got anything. I'm broke.
Oh, yeah.
I like the little, like, things they add into games like that. That's pretty nice. The backpacks with the...
Yeah, this is nice. Just like little cosmetics. This is a quest board, so if you play some games specifically, it usually is more catered around ranked players more so, because usually if they play one game, they'll be able to get all of them to just play decent. And then the last thing before we leave is
I can't
this,
fly.
which has. Oh, where are you? Oh, I forgot you can't fly. I forgot about that. There's a different. Oh, you got it.
Let's go.
There was a staircase I was gonna point out to you. I forgot that you couldn't fly.
No, we went the cool way.
It's another like kind of like small area that doesn't really get used much. It's just for like you can like there's like a little harp here.
Oh, wow.
You can change the tone of it.
That's actually cool though. I didn't even know about this. Oh,
Yeah,
we can get a
there's
band
drum set.
going here?
Exactly.
You play piano?
Yeah,
Yo,
like,
hold up.
yeah, there's a piano, and then also if you look at the right, you see on the little you see like the little white dot. You can change the tone. It's like you're the key, and then you change the tone,
Wait, let me see if I can play the Minecraft
and then you get another
song.
one.
Wait. No.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take a while, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit. So that's basically it for the hub. It's not a very large area necessarily, and there hasn't really been anything that they did to it, but it's kind of just a small little area. So now we're gonna head over there, the big building.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
So you get over here.
Whoa.
So it's a very large area. So, for example, let me brag a little bit. What's it called? So before, like during early access times, which it wasn't really early access, it was more so just, it was just in what's it called? What was the name for
Open
it?
early access?
Yeah, it was basically just open. Yeah, it wasn't closed at all ever. So this was for the people who reached level 200. Back then, the max was like 600. He's back. The max was like 60. It was 60. And then they raised it to 200. This dude, Yug, got it first, like way before anybody else, and then I got it like a month later. And then also there is there's this. So this is for season 0, which I got the top by like a landslide. And then if you click it, you can see the early access board as well. And I was also number 1 on that one.
Hey, nice. See, we got the credentials right here, just in case you didn't believe me.
Here, so we got a board for assists. In the back over here is saves. And then up here is like the main section for the goals. In this section, you know how like, what's it called? In Echo, they used to have like the MVP thing, so like 3 people would get like the reward thing for like, you know, like most saves, maybe like good passing, and like that stuff, and they would have like one person who played the best that got MVP. They do have MVPs in this game, so if you get good Prime MVPs, you can get on this board. Bulwark MVPs are for this one, and then Jetstream MVPs are for this one. And then also if you go up top here, Yavatron is the current highest with I think that's 1,778. Dance Monkey, he's also very good. Surefire is also very good. I'm at 7th right now because I took like a 2-month break and I kind of stopped playing altogether. So this is the ranked button. We're not going to click that. And then if you do want to pair with people, you can go here if you do. But the thing is though, is that they do have something to make sure that people can't just like piggyback off of people and get boosted. If the RP gap is larger than 400, then you can't queue up with someone.
Oh yeah, they're all in one class. Whoa, I see what's the favorite
all
class of this game.
Oh yeah, they get the most cosmetics. It's also because back then when the game was first out, Prime was the only character. Jetstream and Bulwark came out around the same time.
Oh, okay.
It kind of, people got more time with Prime to develop new skills and other like tech and all that stuff. Hi Zach. Hello. I should probably unmute him. He's the only cool one. That's the guy that has the most saves in ranked, by the way. This is the private server area. So I'm gonna press this button. You can create a private server, and then it'll give you a 4-digit code, which you can just tell to your friends, and then you can press the button again.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
So it's a lot larger, and the ball, the main difference of the ball is that one is solid. This one is open, which is actually better for things like dribbling, so you can kind of put the bat over, and then you can, like, if you hit the ball, the bat would go through it, and then you can hit it again, and then you can kind of string it together, and then you can do, like, basic dribbles. But most people that do it, I wouldn't recommend learning. I wouldn't recommend learning about it right now necessarily. He's doing it. It's gonna take you a while. Most people that are new, it's just impossible just because they aren't used to how the ball functions, like, at all. But eventually, when you get smoother, you'll be able to learn more things. I'm kind of shocked that went in, but...
As a new player, how would you suggest them to either, like, play or, like, if they want to help out the team and they're not really that good, what would you suggest?
So here's what I would say. I feel like for most people, when they start off in the game, they more so need to learn things like clearing and not trying to, like, I feel like when you're new, it is impossible to try and, like, dribble and do stuff. So I would recommend, like, if you're getting pressed, like, let's say, like, you're like a champ and I'm like a rookie, I wouldn't try and just, like, do this. It's because then I just lose the ball and then you'd get it back. But then instead, I would try and just get it upfield in general, try and rocket jump into opponents to, like, stop them. Or also like that, like shoot rockets at the opponents, even though people do hate it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. In some cases, you got to do what you got to do. I've lost many games because I got shot by like 3 rockets on like the game winner. It was.
Don't worry, coming
like,
from Orion Drift, I know people hate game mechanics. Like they hate bumping in that game.
People hate tackling, bro. It's
Yeah.
So... Wait, do you know how to rocket jump yet, or?
No, I'm guessing something like that.
Say kind of similar. Wait, okay. So the first thing that I want you to learn, the best way to get rockets quickly, in my opinion, and in most like higher level players, is by getting the 3 bundles on the corners, or the 3 bundles. They're very hidden. They're hidden very well. They're very sneaky. Yeah. So you kind of just jump through. Also, another thing, pro tip, they don't tell you this. You can actually use your bat to touch the rocket and get it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I could just like
so
jump.
You don't gotta jump that far. You can kind of do that, but there's also like little sneaky like 3 bundles that are under the corners in these areas.
Oh, they're hiding.
Jump off of the ground and then just shoot a single rocket at the ground.
Oh wait, hold up. Am I out of rockets?
Immediately, like, the second that you leave the ground, you kind of just wanna, yeah, kind of like that. Like maybe like a little bit, like a tad bit later. Like that, perfect. So and then also if you want to like get into more depth, let's say that there's like a ball and it's kind of like right in front of me and I want to get to it, you can angle it instead of, like, for example, wherever the rocket is, just like basic thought, wherever your hand is, you're going to go the opposite way if you rocket jump. So if I put my hand like kind of like slightly behind me, I'm going to move more forward.
Woo!
Yeah, like that. I know you're playing Jetstream. You know how you shoot the ball?
Yeah.
With the rocket. I will say, for people that are starting to play Jetstream, your entire gameplay revolves on your rockets. You are without energy, you are the worst offensive character, the worst defensive character. Like, I would expect most people that play Orion to probably kind of go here because of, oh yeah, it's like lower gravity, you can fly. Trust me, it is so much different. There's so many different things about it. So, right, I have energy. So, like, let's say, okay, you don't have any energy, okay? My main movement mechanic, even if I do a flying, it is still very slow, necessarily, and I can't even get up to the roof compared to, like, a Prime, which can just kind of, like, parkour off of it. But the cool thing about it is that if you're flying and you hit the ground, you fully reset your energy. So, like, you know how, like, you check, what's it called? Look at your arms real quick.
Yeah.
So, how you know how much energy you have? This bar is how much energy you have. So, like, the glowing thing, that means you have 1 energy. And then if you were to grab, like, a 3 bundle, you would have 4 more energy. So, like, if you grab that single, so check your arm real quick.
All right.
You see that little blue line? Start flying and look at the blue line.
All right.
But it goes down. So that's how you tell how much energy you have. The different skins have different ways of, like, showing. So, like, for example, on this skin, right? This is called the glitch. It's like a Halloween-style skin. The bar for the boost is, like, it's kind of, like, a little bit curved. And then how you check the energy, it's supposed to, like, look like a little jaw. So, like, if you put, like, both hands, it's like a face. So, like, if you shoot the ball without energy, you get a little jump, but it's not much. It's not much. It's, like, physically impossible to score on. And then for defense, if someone were to be shooting on me, the best I can do is sort of kind of, like, drag it towards me and then try and smack it with my hand.
All right.
Which, it is effective if you know how to do it, but most players are just going to get overwhelmed if there's a Prime in front of them or if there's, like, another Jetstream with energy, and they'll win the ball fight. But let's say you do have energy. If you put the gun behind you and you press trigger, you can boost forward. You need to practice it a little bit if you want to do it. So you kind of go out, and then you kind of have to, it's like press grip, press trigger, press grip, press trigger, press grip, press trigger. It's like a rhythm, kind of.
Yeah.
That's like your best movement, and something very cool. I'm not the best at it per se, but there's like the main tech of Jetstream is called a Jetstream slap, where they shoot the ball from the other side, and then they boost into the ball, and then they smack it with their hand, and they get like very fast shots. When you get the ball, right? So hold out grip, right?
All right.
And what you want to do, when you shoot it, most people will let go of the trigger. You're going to want to hold on to the trigger, and then you move your hand in the direction. So let's say I want to curve it. I want to curve it left. I will shoot it. I'll hold on to the trigger, and then I'll take my hand, and then I'll move my hand, and then it'll move the ball.
Whoa.
So let's see you do it real quick. So instead of and then you see how with that.
Oh, that's so cool.
You see the blue line that's on it. Like
Yay. I could definitely see how someone who plays Orion Drift would enjoy this class. I keep falling into the problem though. I'm not clicking the triggers or the grip. I keep clicking A and all the other buttons because I'm used to boosting in Orion Drift.
Earlier today, I was kind of practicing Jetstream because I kind of just like felt like it and I completely forgot the button to like boost. I like completely forgot about it. So you see how like you caught it? That is why most people consider Jetstream to be like the midfield class, like I do, because one of my biggest things that I usually do in my games is clearing, because I like the biggest like thing about what's it called? You know how I feel like the difference between Orion and Sky Strikers, the biggest thing is like how quickly a game can turn around. Like in Orion, since everybody's like moving a lot more like slower and the ball goes like the field is like a lot more different, I feel like you kind of get into situations where you know when someone's gonna score and you can see every single move play out. I've seen situations where it looks like somebody is on one side and they're like obviously winning, and then someone gets one good hit and then they score like a top corner.
Oh.
Like see that? Like see what I mean? Like in like some games, you can get a goal from a ball that's on your side of the field in like 3 seconds, compared to Orion where you kind of have to like carry the ball all the way up. You got to make a good pass. You got to shoot a good shot. You got to tackle a goalie. You got to tackle other people. Sometimes in Sky Strikers, you'll feel like a boulder, and then in other games, you'll feel like you're just speeding. You're just like speeding past everybody, and you're just like scaling the arena. And then in Orion, you're kind of moving at the same pace the entire time, but it is like definitely faster than in this game when you feel like just like a sack of potatoes. I do think the movement system is so much more complicated in Orion though.
Yeah, in my last video, I said I thought this movement system was clunky, and a lot of people were upset because they were like, oh, you're comparing a game company to a bigger game company that has way more money.
It is objectively more clunky. Objectively it is.
It's more clunky, but I actually think it's really similar to Gorilla Tag, and that is the only reason I didn't enjoy it as much, because this literally feels like Gorilla Tag. Like Gorilla Tag.
It is. I think the reason why I feel so clunky, I'm pretty sure Gorilla Tag in the code adds like a few more things to the code compared to this game, where I think they kind of slapped it into the code, maybe added like one extra thing to change the speed, and then they kind of just like called it quits. Well, I think like my final like verdict about like, is this game easier? At lower levels of like gameplay, Orion Drift is a lot more harder than this game, but when you start to get to like higher levels of gameplay, and you have to deal with people air dribbling, you got to deal with people jet stream slapping, teleporting the ball to the other side of the map, the game gets a lot more complicated compared to Orion Drift. It's because after you learn the basic mechanics, you only really just got to get better at those mechanics compared to Sky Strikers, where there's like so many other things. Like there's like glitch dribbling where you can where you can time a single rocket at the same time to make the game think that you're using two.
Another thing I said in my video where I said this game is more button mashy, I still think that, but I don't think that was a bad thing to say. It's just, if you enjoy this, like...
I don't think it's a bad thing to say. I think that in Orion, you have to kind of... Also, another thing, I want to mention this.
Yeah.
This game is a lot less team-based than Orion. So much more. I'm telling you right now, every single time, passing is like terrible in this game. Passing is not necessarily a bad thing. If you make a good pass, like sometimes when I'm practicing with like my comp team, we'll do like passing plays, but they usually don't ever get used because they just get intercepted all the time.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.
Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the game? First, I want to thank RyGuy for giving me such a great tutorial. I feel like I understand the game on a different level now. And if I were the company behind Sky Strikers, I would hire this guy to do a voiceover tutorial over like a simple video. Instead of what they do now where they just ask you if you're good at jumping, which is so weird. And with that being said, let's get into the positives about the game first. So what I think this game does really well is all the stuff outside of the soccer game mode or whatever you want to call it. The things like the store and Hall of Heroes are really cool, especially the Hall of Heroes. The way they do the ranking system where they put their players up on a pedestal is a cool way to reward the community for just simply playing your game. When I grew up on PlayStation 3, a lot of games did this, where it'd show you either a world leaderboard or a friend leaderboard. Because a lot of games have a gameplay loop, and those can get boring after a while, but if you're trying to be the best in the world or the best on your friends list, it gives you a reason to play the game a little bit more, so I can understand why the people at the highest level really enjoy this game. And of course the little music area. I did not know that was there, so that's one of my favorite parts about the game now, that's all I'm saying. I didn't get a chance to play rank play, but it seems like an easy system, unlike Orion Drift, so I'm going to give him a point there as well. I tried to play rank play, it just didn't line up on my schedule. I play a little bit earlier in the mornings when I record, so I'm guessing no one was on. It's fine, I'll try to play rank play in the future. So let's get into the negatives now. They're almost the same as last video. The main points at least, because I understand how to play the game now a little bit. I'm not, great. I'm not great at Orion Drift either, but definitely not this game. I kind of went over it, so I don't want to keep rehashing it, but the movement system isn't really for me. It's too clunky. And the only reason I enjoy Orion Drift is because the movement system is so fluid and fast. I said it in the video, but I'll say it now again. I do not like Gorilla Tag just because of the movement. Same thing for Animal Company. I tried to stay away from these Gorilla Tag type movement games for the longest time. I'm going to also add this point here. I don't like the little lobby area. I get it's cool to play different game modes, and I did play more than the game mode I'm showing you now, I promise you. I played like a volleyball one. There's a whole bunch of other game modes, like a floor is lava one. I did play most of the game modes, but they just weren't enjoyable to me. I'd rather it be that big field that you play in rank play and just have that there for like an open lobby. Have like 2 or 3 of them, make it a 3-on-3, and then boom. For me, it's really weird for the rank play system to be so different from the open lobby system. I don't know why that is. So this is why I think it's not friendly to new players. If it was just like the rank play system but in a public lobby, perfect. It'd be an easy way to introduce people to the game. I think basically it comes down to this game really isn't for me. I do think I'll be returning to try rank play at least once or twice, and maybe I'll play this game like, I don't know, monthly. I just don't see it being in the weekly rotation. So yeah, anyways, at the end of the video, my opinion hasn't changed much from last video, but I do understand the game more and understand why people like it, especially for the Hall of Heroes. If you were one of the people from my last video saying you didn't like it and you didn't understand the game mechanics, maybe go back and play it. But I'll be sticking to Orion Drift, so make sure you look out for that in my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.